from its white walls of sand and rocks, striving ever to be free. Near the highest railroad bridge that all these modern times have seen, Wells Fair, young Patty Moorhead, the Pecos River Queen. She is known by every cowboy on the Pecos River wide. They know full well that she can shoot, that she can rope and ride. She goes to every roundup, every cow work without fail, looking out for her cattle, branded walking hog on rail. She made her start in cattle, yes, made it with her rope. Can tie down every maverick before it can strike a lope. She can rope and tie and brand it as quick as any man. She's voted by all cowboys and they're one top cowhand. She made a start in cattle, yes, made it with her rope. Can tie down every maverick before it can strike a lope. She can rope and tie and brand it as quick as any man. She's voted by all cowboys and they one top cowhand. My love is a rider, wild broncho she breaks, though he's promised to quit it just for my sake. He ties up one foot, the saddle puts on, with a swing and a jump he is mounted and gone. The first time I met him 'twas early one spring, riding a bronco, a high-headed thing. He tipped me a wink as he gaily did go, for he wished me to look at his bucking bronco. The next time I saw him 'twas late in the fall, swinging the girls at Tomlinson's ball. He laughed and he talked as we danced to and fro, promised never to ride on another broncho. He made me some presents, among them a ring. The return that I made him was a far better thing. 'Twas a young maiden's heart, I'd have you all know. He's wanted by riding his bucking bronco. My love has a gun, and that gun he can use, but he's quit his gunfighting as well as his booze. My love is a rider, loud broncho she breaks, though he's promised to quit it just for my sake. and peaceful evening in a camp called Arafo, and the whiskey was a-running with a soft and gentle flow. The music was a-ringing in a dance hall across the way, and the dancers was a-swinging just as close as they could lay. People gathered round the tables, a-betting with their wealth, and nearby stood a stranger who had come there for his health. He was a peaceful little stranger, though he seemed to be unstrung, for just before he left his home, he'd separated with one lung. Nearby at a table sat a man named Hanky Dean. A tougher man, says Hanky, buckskin chaps had never seen. But Hanky was a gambler and he was plumb sure to lose, for he had just departed with a sun-dried stack of blues. He rose from the table, on the floor his last chip flung, and cast his fiery glimmers on the man with just one lung. No wonder I've been losing every bet I made tonight, when a sucker and a tenderfoot was between me and the light. Look here, little stranger, do you know who I am? Yes, and I don't care a copper-colored damn. The dealers stopped their dealing and the players held their breath, for words like those to Hanky were a sudden flirt with death. Listen, gentle stranger, I'll read my pedigree. I'm known on handling tenderfeet and worser men than thee. The lions on the mountains, I've drove them to their lairs. The wildcats are my playmates and I've wrestled grizzly bears. Why, the centipedes can't mar my tough old hide, and rattlesnakes have bit me and crawled off and died. I'm as wild as the horse that roams the range. The most grows on my teeth and wild blood flows through my veins. I'm wild and woolly and full of fleas, and never curried below the knees. Now, little stranger, if you'll give me your address, how would you like to go, by fast mail or express? The little stranger who was leaning on the door picked up a hand of playing cards that were scattered on the floor. Picking out the 5 of spades, he pinned it to the door, and then stepped back some 20 paces or more. He pulled out his life preserver, and with a 1, 2, 3, 4, blotted out a spot with every shot. For he had traveled with a circus and was a fancy pistol shot. I have one more left, kind sir, if you wish to call the play. Then Hank had stepped up to the stranger and made a neat apology. Why, the lions in the mountains, that was nothing but a joke. Never mind about the extra, you're a bad shooting man, and I'm a meek little child and as harmless as a lamb.
Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. These words came low and mournfully from the pallid lips of a youth who lay He had wailed in pain till o'er his brow death's shadows fast were gathering now. He thought of his home and his loved ones nigh, as the cowboys gathered to see him die. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wild coyotes will howl o'er me, in a narrow grave just 6 by 3. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. In fancy I listened to the well-known words of the free wild winds and the song of the birds. I think of home and the cottage in the bower, and the scenes I loved in my childhood's hour. It matters not, I oft been told, where the body lies when the heart knows cold. Yet grant, oh grant this wish to me, oh bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, then bury me not on the lone prairie, in a narrow grave 6 foot by 3, where the buffalo paws or a prairie sea. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. I've always wished to be laid when I died in the little churchyard on the green hillside. By my father's grave there let mine be, and bury me not on the lone prairie. Let my death slumber be where my mother's prayer and a sister's tear will mingle there, where my friends can come and weep o'er me. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, in a narrow grave just 6 by 3, where the buzzard waits and the wind blows free. Then bury me not on the lone prairie. There is another whose tears may be shed for one who lies on a prairie bed. It pained me then and it pains me now. She has curled these locks, she has kissed this brow. These locks she has curled, shall the rattlesnake kiss this brow? She has kissed, shall the cold grave press, for the sake of the loved ones that will weep for me. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wild coyotes will howl o'er me, where the buzzard beats and the wind goes free. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie. Oh, bury me not, and his voice failed there, but we took no heed of his dying prayer. In a narrow grave just 6 by 3, we buried him there on the lone prairie. Yes, we buried him there on the lone prairie, where the all-night hoots mourn the blizzard beats and the winds blow free o'er his lowly grave on the lone prairie. And the cowboys now as they roam the plain, for they marked the spot where his bones were lain, fling a handful of roses o'er his grave with a prayer to him who his soul will save. Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie, where the wolves can howl and growl or meet. Fling a handful of roses o'er my grave with a prayer to him who my soul will save.
If you'll listen a while, I'll sing you a song, and as it is short, it won't take me long. There are some things of which I will speak concerning the stage on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, concerning the stage on the road to Cook's Peak. It was in the morning at 8:45. I was hooking up all ready to drive out where the miners for minerals seek, with two little mules on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, with two little mules on the road to Cook's Peak. With my two little mules I jog along and try to cheer them with ditty and song, over the wide prairie where coyotes sneak, while driving the stage on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, while driving the stage on the road to Cook's Peak. Sometimes I have to haul heavy freight, then it is I get home very late. Rain or shine 6 days in the week, 'tis the same little mules on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, 'tis the same little mules on the road to Cook's Peak. And when with the driving of stage I am through, I will to my two little mules bid adieu, and hope that those creatures so gentle and meek will have a good friend on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, we'll have a good friend on the road to Cook's Peak. Now all kind friends that travel about, come take a trip on the Wallace stage route. With a plenty of grit they never get weak, those two little mules on the road to Cook's Peak. On the road to Cook's Peak, on the road to Cook's Peak, those two little mules on the road to Cook's Peak.
Come all you wild rovers and listen to me. while I retell to you my sad history. I'm a man of experience, your favors to gain. Oh, love has been the ruin of many a poor man. When you are single and living at your ease, you can roam this world over and do as you please. You can roam this world over and go where you will, and slyly kiss a pretty girl and be your own still. But when you are married and living with your wife, you've lost all the joys and comforts of life. Your wife, she will scold you, your children will cry, and that will make Papa look withered and dry. You can't step aside, boys, to speak to a friend without your wife at your elbow saying, what does this mean? Your wife, she will scold, and there is sad news. Dear boys, take warning, 'tis a life to refuse. If you chance to be riding along the highway and meet a fair maiden, a lady so gay, with red rosy cheeks and sparkling blue eyes, oh heavens, what a tumult in your bosom will rise. One more request, boys, before we must part. Don't place your affections on a charming sweetheart. She'll dance before you, your favors to gain. Oh, turn your back on them with scorn and disdain. Come close to the bar, boys, we'll drink all around. We'll drink to the pure, if any be found. We'll drink to the single, for I wish them success. Likewise to the married, for I wish them no less. I have been thinking today, as my thoughts begin to stray, of your memory to me worth more than gold. As you ride across the plain, mid the sunshine and the rain,
when the milling time is o'er, and you will stampede no more when he rounds you up within the master's fold.
As you ride across the plain with the cowboys that have fame, and the storms and the lightning flash by, we shall meet to part no more upon the golden shore, when he rounds us up in glory by and by. May we lift our voices high to that sweet by and by, and we be known by the brand of the Lord. For his property we are, and he will know us from afar when he rounds us up in glory by and by.